disturbing video showing minors consuming alcohol in the presence of adults in Ngqamakhwe in the Eastern Cape has led to swift intervention by the Department of Social Development. The department says the household where the incident occurred has now been identified, with social workers deployed to assess the safety and the well-being of the children and to support the affected family. Authorities have also opened a criminal case against the National Liquor Act, while Social Development says its focus remains on child protection and prevention. Well, joining us now to unpack the department's response and the latest developments is Mpumzi Zuzile, Eastern Cape Social Development Spokesperson. A very good afternoon to you, sir, and thank you so much for your time. So we now understand, of course, that the police have now opened a criminal case under the National Liquor Act. Just confirm to us what the social workers you deployed have been able to find so far. Were the children in that video assessed for immediate risk, and are they safe?
Yes, thank you, Nati. We can confirm that a team of social workers last night and this morning visited the homestead in Ngqamakhwe. We conducted individual interviews with all the parents that are visible in that video, including the father who was not visible in the video. We have also had one-on-one interviews with all the children that were in that homestead. And we have since discovered that the kids were allegedly left unattended and are allowed to consume alcohol. The act, the Children's Act, is very clear in relation to negligence of children. So our social workers, when they were conducting their interviews, looking into what the Children's Act is saying. And now we are working with the police in ensuring that we have a watertight case, so that we do not have a situation where we make arrests or we take action and then the courts come back and say, you shouldn't have done it this way. So the investigation is still ongoing. A report is being compiled now by social workers because they just returned from the homestead. They've been there since this morning. They've just arrived now back in the office. So they are going to write that report and also present it as part of the police docket to NPA, so that the NPA can be able to make a decisive decision on the next action of what needs to happen.
Yeah, and I was really going to ask about your investigations in as far as the Child Act is concerned, because, I mean, some of these children are as young as 8 in that video. I was going to ask you in terms of the level of support that you are providing to the police, because they are investigating, on the one hand, the violation of the National Liquor Act, and as you've said, you're looking at the violation of child protection, under the Child's Act. So that in itself is roughly 2 charges that you are looking at. But beyond, just reacting to viral videos as the department and incidences such as this one that we've just seen, what preventative programs, does the department have to protect children, particularly from substance abuse?
We've got various programs that we run as the department. We've got one called YOLO, You Only Live Once, that we work with the Department of Education together with the Department of Health. We work with traditional leaders. We've got programs that we implement. This program is implemented at primary, higher education, together with at university level. We've got programs in all those 3 spheres of education where we take our social workers to talk to children and the parents and the teachers, because when we go to these programs, we don't talk only about the dangers of alcohol, we also do educate teachers and parents about the Children's Act, what it says, whose responsibility is it to say no to children, and all of those. So we've got a comprehensive program that we work with the Department of Education and the Department of Health to teach young children about the dangers of alcohol and substance abuse. I think I did allude to one of the interviews that we've set aside for this financial year close to 80 million rand to implement these programs at these various institutions, that is primary schools, high schools, and universities.
Yeah, because I mean, one is also concerned that now that, you know, the matrics have finished writing their exams, we are heading to those results being released, and we don't want another incident that we've seen in the Enyobeni Tavern incident. But I want to come back to what you've said earlier in terms of the report that the social workers will be writing. I wonder then what support the social workers have identified to provide to those children in the interim while this report is being written. One worries, of course, about secondary re-traumatization, not only from the public, but from social media around this particular matter.
In the interim, we have deployed two social workers to work with the family to do psychosocial evaluation and assistance and support for those children, one-on-one programs with them. We didn't just leave them after we've done our investigation. We did leave two social workers to work with them, also to talk to them about what transpired, how wrong that what was done, what they did to consume alcohol at a very young age. So we didn't just when we're done with the interviews to try and find wrong or right, we did play a part on the psychosocial evaluation part. So those children currently are in good care. Our social workers are there and will continue to go to that household on a daily for the next week. I know tomorrow it's a public holiday, but the social workers have shown dedication to say they will again tomorrow morning go and check on those kids so that they when they are taken care of and they are not further traumatized. We've tried by all means to ensure that even when we got to the household, there is no secondary trauma that they encounter. We ensured that they are comfortable and they are not in the clear public view of the public. When we visited, we made sure that we do not go there as with police, with a lot of police. The police arrived yesterday, but today they were not there. It was only social workers that were dealing with the children. So we tried by all means as the department to ensure that those kids are not further traumatized from what had transpired during the week.
Absolutely. All right. Mpumzi, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Mpumzi Zuzile is the Eastern Cape Social Development Spokesperson there. Social workers are attending to those children that were seen in that viral video consuming alcohol, some as young as 8 years old.